So I just got home about 3 hours ago from the Jameson Experience in Middleton, where the Jameson Distillery is. And this is the only place in the whole wide world that makes Jameson. And we got to have a tour of the old distillery, which closed down in 1975. It was pretty cool. I don't remember everything the tour guide told me, but I do remember some really certain aspects that makes Irish whiskey the most smoothest, and in my opinion, one of the greatest whiskeys ever. First of all, when they get the barley, they soak it for like 4 days, and then when it starts to like grow, because that's what barley does, it's the water, they put it in these like special looking like blocky things, and they let the heat from the oven rise up and just dry the barley, and this oven is completely closed. I think the lady said they use anthracite. They used to use anthracite in it, but that would not actually affect the taste. And because ovens are closed, no external factor affects the taste of the barley. In Scotland they use open pits, and they put peat, and so the peat affects the taste of the barley, and that's why you have a much more peaty taste in Scotch than you have in whiskey. We also learned that whiskey was like kind of created by like Irish monks, because it uses a lot of water, and it was called aqua vitae in Latin, and it's called like ishka something in Gaelic, which means water of life. Irish whiskey is also triple distilled, unlike Scotch, which is only distilled twice, and Jack Daniel's is distilled once, which affects the taste and smoothness of the whiskey. Yeah. And the reason why whiskey, which is older, costs more is because when it's stored in the barrel for a considerable amount of time, it starts evaporating. So in a 12-year-old barrel, it's like at least like midway down, and you have like this huge like portion that's left, which is called the angel's share. It's also much darker because it's affected by the barrel, like the wood coloring. It's colored by the wood. And for Jameson, they store their Jameson whiskey for about 4 or 5 years in old barrels that had been shipped over from the States, and have already been used. And I think they use a lot of sherry barrels and 2 other, I can't remember at the moment, but in America they're stored in virgin oak cast barrels, but in Ireland they're stored in old barrels, mature barrels that have already been used and have like the flavorings of the other alcohol in them, so it affects the taste of the whiskey. I also got to be one of the first 2 people chosen for a whiskey tasting, and it was wonderful. We had Scotch with Jameson, and we had Jack Daniel's. And I have to say, hands down, Jameson was actually my favorite. The Scotch was a little bit too hard. It was a little bit too rough. And the Jack Daniel's was way too sweet. And I love sweet things, but it was like beyond sweetness kind of sweet. So I got this little like poster. It's in here. I'm hopefully taking it out because I'm too lazy. And it says, I am an official whiskey tester. All because Jameson Distillery is the only place in the whole wide world that makes Jameson. I was like, why would I not like buy a bottle? A small little bottle. This is about, where is it? 40% alcohol. Yeah. It's Jameson Irish whiskey. It's about 12 years old. It's a special reserve, and it's an exceptionally smooth whiskey with complex flavors of toasted wood, spice, and sherry, superbly mellowed by age. I can totally pronounce words. It's a great whiskey tradition synonymous with excellence in 1780, which is when John Jameson came to Dublin, Ireland, and started his distillery. So, yeah, that was my day. I hope you guys had a grand day, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Comment, rate, and subscribe. Bye!